Let me ask you something. Crypto is in the middle of a major transition, from a speculative asset class filled with gambling and uncertainty to a real store of value and real-world utility. Something that can actually change the way the world operates. But it's not quite there yet. And do you know what's preventing this? Well, it's a lack of adoption. For crypto to be used by the masses, it needs to be accepted by a wider population. And for that to happen, it needs to be easy to use and understand. Think about it like this. Crypto has been around for as long as Bitcoin was available, and this began in 2009. But back then, only a fraction of today's crypto community actually understood what crypto was and believed in its future. And most of that has to do with a massive knowledge gap. The back-end tech that powers crypto is complex. And if you tried to explain crypto to the average individual 10 years ago, well, they would be lost. Over time, the crypto community grew. More people started to believe in the idea of decentralized networks as the future of finance. A lot more people today know about Bitcoin and altcoins than ever before. And that's thanks to the level of acceptance and adoption that's taken place over recent years. But even then, the average person sees crypto as a high risk, high reward type of investment. For example, if you know someone that invested in Solana or a Sol ETF, ask them if they know what Solana actually is. Chances are they don't really know unless they've spent time to understand Web3 tech. So it's almost the same as 10 years ago. The understanding for most people is pretty surface level. So what's the solution? Well, many crypto leaders realize this issue, and some projects even came up with ways to address this issue. Take this Solana Seeker phone for example. You can use a SIM card in this, make calls and texts, and download apps like a normal phone. But it also has a built-in crypto wallet that's secured by your fingerprint and is designed to let you trade crypto instantly and interact with decentralized apps without any advanced crypto knowledge. You can easily give this to your parents and grandparents to get involved in crypto without it feeling like something they need to spend countless hours learning. Honestly, to me, this is a game changer. And Solana is really going above and beyond to include the wider population in crypto. Now, I personally got one of these for myself, and it's not just to interact with Solana dApps and trade. There's a native Seeker token that'll be launching at some point, and the Seeker phone users will receive a free airdrop. But there are ways to increase your chance of earning more Seeker tokens along with several other early token airdrops. And in case you're wondering if these airdrops are actually worth it, well, users of the first Solana Saga phone earned thousands of dollars worth of tokens and NFTs. This includes the Bonk token before its massive run-up and the Saga Monkeys NFT before the floor value jumped over $1,000. And this was just for using the phone. With how much the Solana ecosystem has evolved since the Saga phone, the community is expecting more opportunities with the new Seeker phone. So if you happen to buy a Seeker phone already, or if you're looking to purchase one, then keep watching because I'll go over some tips and tricks to increase your airdrop potential. And stick around because I'll cover some high potential areas and plays in Solana that I'm keeping my eyes on. We had a crazy Solana token run last year, and this time it's shaping up to be even more massive. So this isn't something that you want to ignore. Just a quick reminder that none of what I share is financial advice. My content is for educational purposes only. Make sure you do your own research and understand what you're getting into before making any financial decisions. Alright, so let me walk you through my experience with the Seeker phone. I've been using this thing since September, and it's been pretty good so far. The setup process is very, very simple. You just create a seed phrase and secure it with the built-in seed vault. This turns your phone into a hardware wallet so you can verify transactions safely right from the device. The phone itself isn't as fast and smooth as the latest high-end smartphone, but that's not what this was built for. The main purpose of it is to be able to interact with the Solana ecosystem in a safe and easy way. This goes back to the whole topic of adoption. If you want the wider population to use your services, you need to make it more easily accessible. And the Solana Seeker team did a great job with this product. But let's talk about how to maximize the benefits of the Seeker phone. The main thing here is to get positioned for the Seeker token airdrop. There is no final date for this yet, but it's coming up soon. And if you're already a Seeker phone owner or are looking to buy one, the time to get positioned is limited. First thing you'll want to do is send some funds to your Seeker phone so you can actually interact on chain. Now, here's what really matters for the airdrop. Activity. You need to actively use the Seeker and do things on chain. The Solana team even created an activity tracker on the smartphone so you can see the progress. And it comes down to 3 main metrics. First is on-chain activity. The more you trade and interact on chain, the higher you climb through 5 levels. And this is based on what you did over the last 30 days. There's an activity bubble for each day on this calendar that shows you how active you were on that day. What you're aiming to do is grow your daily bubbles as much as possible. This is your ticket to reaching level 5. The second metric is your daily use streak. Every day you use the Seeker adds to your ongoing streak. I interact with at least one app daily to maintain my own streak, and this one is probably the easiest one to keep alive. But the third metric requires a bit more work. It's dApp usage. If you look at the Seeker activity tracker, there are 3 parts to the dApps metric. Trying new apps on the Solana dApp store, especially the ones that are featured. Then there's something called in the store. I found that spending time in the dApp store browsing, leaving reviews, and downloading new apps fills this quickly. And then actually using the apps is the last part. Make sure you connect your Seeker wallet to these apps so it counts towards your wallet's activity level. In the process of generating activity, I've downloaded a full list of apps from the Solana dApp store, DeFi protocols, trading platforms, AI apps, games. Some I knew about from before, some were new to me, and here's the bonus. A lot of these apps don't have tokens yet, so by using them early, you're farming airdrops on top of the Seeker token airdrop. It's a win-win situation. Just think about the Saga phone. Early users were rewarded with thousands of dollars worth of airdrops, and the Solana ecosystem is way bigger now than it was then. So there's a ton of potential here. So the strategy is very simple. Stay active on chain, maintain your streak, and use as many different apps as possible. I'm personally using my Seeker throughout the day for trading, getting involved with DeFi protocols, and even playing some games here and there, like this one called Sunrun. Check it out. One of my favorite games. But while the Seeker is a big step forward for Solana, we're all aware of how the price chart took a big step back this year. And one of the biggest moments for Solana was during the meme coin frenzy in 2024. And this went hand in hand with the Sol token going through a big push up. Eventually, Solana hit a peak at almost $300 in January this year. And the chart quickly shifted to a strong downtrend through 2025, falling under $100. There was a recovery period where Solana ended up climbing back up to $250, but another strong downtrend brought it right back down. You would think that the flash crash was the worst of it, but the chart fell even lower, under $150. And while all of this crazy price action is taking place, I've been using BTCC to set up futures trading positions. The user interface makes it easy to follow your positions and check your profit level at target prices. If you sign up with the link down below, you'll be able to get a 10% bonus on your first deposit, along with access to more new user bonuses. And if you're looking for futures trading strategies and tips, then head over to the FireHustle Discord group. We've got a team sharing trading opportunities and teaching members how to trade successfully. The link is also in the description down below. So right now, we're in what I believe is another setup phase before the next big rally, especially if you consider what's going on in the macro landscape. The government shutdown is over, rate cuts are happening, we're shifting to quantitative easing, global money supply continues to go higher. Not to mention, stimmy checks are in the picture now. And you know what that means. The stock market and the crypto market are queued for a major run. But if we focus on Solana specifically, this is one ecosystem that's rapidly evolving. There's just so many different projects on this network, both active and still being built. And the use cases span across several major sectors. One of the biggest ones for Solana lately has been privacy. Mert from the Solana ecosystem has been pretty vocal about this topic, and he's been posting non-stop on X about how important privacy is and the potential for this sector and what it can do. Most of his focus has been on Zcash, but there are several teams that are building services and platforms on Solana to help people keep their on-chain activity private. For example, one that Mert himself talked about is called Privacy Cash. It's a website platform that lets you send Sol coins privately using zero-knowledge proofs. Basically, the transaction takes place without linking the sender and receiver. This prevents people from tracking your funds, or if you think someone has eyes on your wallet, you can transition over to a fresh wallet. There's also a project called Zera that's building a private cash system that operates offline. So you can send and receive cash payments without having to be connected to the internet. Once you're online, the transaction is settled. The correct balance appears for the sender and receiver. And most importantly, there's no link between the two parties. The app is still being developed, and the main dev is looking to launch a hardware wallet for these private transactions as well. But this is just a glimpse of what's brewing in the privacy scene on Solana. Another big area that's being explored right now is payment infrastructure. The ultimate goal for crypto was to replace traditional banking and payment systems, right? And with all the regulatory changes around digital assets over the last little while, we're inching towards this becoming a reality. Banks are actively exploring blockchain tech for their back-end processing. We keep hearing about all these digital currency pilot programs going on, and a banking institution called SoFi just launched crypto trading for its customers. This is a regulated bank in the US that people can now use to buy crypto assets like Solana, which is pretty big. If we look at the Solana ecosystem, there's a lot of progress being made here to develop crypto payment solutions. There's Solana Pay, which is a payment option that can be integrated on Shopify stores. Karma Wallet is an example of a neobanking project that's designed to let users spend their crypto in the real world. And again, this is just a fraction of what's being actively built right now. And let's not forget about AI and agents. These were once a hot topic, but mostly driven by hype and fluff. But the concept of AI agents taking over complex tasks is a big game changer, especially in the real world. Companies have already integrated agents to improve their workflow. Just think about the massive amounts of money that companies are pouring into AI and data center development. And if we consider the Solana ecosystem, there's a lot of real tech being developed in the AI space as we speak. And I believe there's going to be another AI boom for Solana and the rest of the crypto space. Except this time, it's a battle to prove who has the best functioning tech rather than just junk posting bots. So let's bring this all together. We've got Solana pushing mainstream adoption with the Seeker phone, making crypto accessible for people who would never touch a hardware wallet or figure out a browser extension. The Solana price chart is setting up for what looks like the next major move, with macro factors finally shifting in our favor. And then you've got these high potential sectors like privacy, payment infrastructure, and AI, where Solana devs and teams are actively building real solutions, not just trying to fit into narratives. This is how ecosystems win. It's not just about being fast and cheap anymore, because there's now a full list of efficient networks to choose from. It's about solving real problems, getting people to actually use the network, including those that aren't familiar with blockchain technology, building the infrastructure that actually matters, and positioning yourself where the money is going to flow. But what are your thoughts on Solana? Where do you think Sol is headed next? And if you ended up buying a Seeker phone, how's your experience with it so far? Let me know in the comments down below. I read every single one. If this video helped you understand the Solana ecosystem a little bit more, then make sure you hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives like this. And check out the FireHustle Discord group if you want to stay up to date with everything that's going on in the crypto space. If the right pieces fall into place, this is just the beginning phase. We had a crazy run last year, and this time around, it's shaping up to be even more massive. So staying ahead of the curve will be critical. And as always, remember that none of this is financial advice. I highly recommend that you do your own research before making any financial decisions. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.